Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies, and Tom Holland is back again as Spider-Man in Spider-Man Far From Home. You know, all Peter Parker wants is just a little bit of time off to go on this class trip with his high school friends. But that all comes to a halt when a water monster and this guy named Mysterio nearly destroys the city of Venice. It also stars Zendaya as MJ, Samuel L. Jackson, and Kobe Smulders. So this is picking up 8 months after the events of Avengers Endgame. We're seeing how Peter Parker is dealing with the aftermath of that, and how he just wants his life back to normal. It really does serve as a nice coda to that movie while starting a fresh outlook on the Marvel Universe. And as you can imagine, this is totally different than Endgame. It really brings back the humor and the lively high school spirit that we saw in Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, director Jon Watts is also back again and has crafted some really exciting action sequences, making use out of his international surroundings and the technology element to this story. Now, I would expect nothing less from a Marvel movie. But what's also important for Jon Watts is expanding on the characters and the relationships that we were building on from the first movie. It's really easy to love and root for these characters and the diversity that they represent. The writers explore the budding romance between Peter Parker and MJ and what happens when another classmate might be getting in the way of that. Tom Holland and Zendaya have really adorable chemistry together, pairing her confidence and his bumbling antics. Now, if you haven't realized it yet from Holland's other Marvel appearances, Far From Home is proof that he is the best Spider-Man that we have seen on screen. He has the charm, the innocence, the naivete with his take on Peter Parker, making him that geeky high school kid. He really waffles back and forth on what it means to be Spider-Man. It's also really exciting to see Jake Gyllenhaal finally joining the Marvel Universe as Mysterio. Now, without getting too spoiler heavy, let's just say that he lives up to his character's name by making him a mysterious force. There are shades and reveals that he plays into really well, giving him this, a greater power than, let's say, Spider-Man. I never knew quite what to expect from this character. There's a line in the film that a character states. He says, "It's easy to fool people when they're already fooling themselves." I couldn't help but think that Marvel is making a big statement with how topical they made it, with their themes of fake news, drones, social media, and the outraged nation that we live in. I appreciate that Spider-Man Far From Home feels totally accessible for anyone coming in. It's appropriate for all ages, and you don't really need to have seen Endgame or Homecoming to dig this one. I'm giving Spider-Man Far From Home 4 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have new reviews of movies like Yesterday and Annabelle Comes Home. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip. And then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for reviews of all the other movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as Phase 3 is now over. Thank you so much for watching Paul's Trip to the Movies.